Hey everyone, it's about 6:20 in the morning. I think I'm going to get a really early start. See, the sun's going to come up probably in about 40 minutes or so. And the wind is still going, so that's a bad sign. It's going to be windy today when the sun comes out. The sun causes the wind to tend to pick up again, and it's already pretty strong. There's a little bit of a lull right at this moment of recording. So I'll show you my bed situation real quick. Here's my camp. This is my food. There's my coconut butter. Here's my rice and beans. Here's my lamp in case I need to wake up and see something real quick, like if there's a pack of coyotes around me. Here's my staff in case I need to whack some coyote snouts. This is my bed, right? Just a baby sack with my quilt in it, and then it had this in it also. This was my summer sleeping bag, but also my outer coat. Pillow is my water filter stuffed with all the extra clothes that I'm not wearing. So that's basically everything that I brought with me. So I'm not gonna be able to cook today, so again I'm gonna have to live on coconut butter. I'm already feeling about, I'd say, 80% energy level, and give it another day of coconut butter, I'll probably drop down to 60. So the goal today is to get somewhere where tomorrow morning it'll be safe to start a fire and cook up some rice and beans. So that's the goal. Hopefully I succeed. Okay, so I'm about halfway. I just reached 16 miles. Super windy still. Sometimes it's hard to breathe. It's so windy. And one of these trees back behind me just fell down. It's nuts. Anyways, I also just got cell signal, so I messaged a few people to let them know where I am and how things are going. So just staying safe, and the cell signal will continue to get better. So just sitting down, taking a little break, and I'll get back on the road now. So walking along this road across the entire caldera, I find these things. This is obsidian, which is basically volcanic glass. It's black and it's shiny on the side that's kind of been polished, and it can also be kind of dirty and look like a normal rock on the other side. It was used by native people to make spearheads and things like that. So you can, I don't really know the process, but you can like hit it with other rocks, I think, to shape it the way you want. So this, even right now, has a very sharp, I could cut myself very easily with that edge. So you can see how these would be very handy as maybe even knives and things like that. So anyways, if you're on the lookout, if you're looking for obsidian, this is the place to come. This is where it got made, and it is all over the place. I mean, most of the time you could find one every few feet, but you know, in some places it's just like every couple of inches there's another one. So this is sort of a medium-sized one. I've seen bigger up here. So anyways, I'm still walking down the road. Long road, and it's still very windy. See, look at this, all these dark rocks, that's all obsidian. See, keeps going, obsidian all over the place. Don't get confused, that's elk poop mixed in with the obsidian. Check this, there's a giant one down here. Even more. This is like 50% obsidian with some pretty big pieces. So that right there where the road is the peak of a steep hill I just climbed. Sitting down, taking a break. Less oxygen up here. And down that way, all downhill until the next uphill. Down that way is a little pond, and you can see there's plenty of firewood. It looks like there was a forest fire that came through here probably several years ago. And that's where I'm going to get to cook dinner, I hope. So the fire burned all of the leaves and branches, the green stuff off of these trees. And they stood standing, and then after a while, they died because they didn't have anything to absorb the sunlight, and then the wind blew them over. I think that's Redondo Peak, the highest point on this mountain, way out there with all the snow on it. Looks like this guy fell down pretty recently, maybe even last night. See this thing? This is look, warning gas. Walking the pipeline trail. There's a gas pipeline below me. That's actually what I've been walking for, I guess, at least half of going through this supervolcano. And I guess I wonder where that gas comes from and why they went through a supervolcano. It seems like a long way up, but maybe the gas is coming from somewhere on the supervolcano. So I guess that's a possibility. Anyways, just kind of been thinking, like, all my life I've kind of like wanted to be someone who like weightlifted and exercised, but I just never could stick with it. It seemed kind of pointless and kind of uncomfortable for no purpose other than being sexy, I guess. And I just don't care that much about being sexy. So, but you know, I do think it is important to get into shape to do the things that you want to be doing a lot of. And for me, I'd like to be doing a lot of walking. And so this trek is like a big, long workout session, and where I'm pushing myself even harder than I think that I'm probably going to the rest of this year. I might walk longer distances this year, but I won't be carrying as heavy a load as I'm carrying right now. And also I won't be carrying, well, yeah, because I won't be carrying all the food. I won't be carrying like 3 weeks worth of food with me. I just didn't want to leave. I didn't want to leave it, right? I felt bad leaving it. And then I picked up some stuff that I had stashed down on the other side, which I wanted to take back with me, and so I'm carrying that extra weight. And also I'm carrying my winter sleeping bag and, you know, some winter gear, which I'm not going to need the rest of the year. So my pack's probably going to be 10 pounds lighter the rest of the year, which I'm looking forward to. And really the pack weight's what makes this the most difficult. And also I'm at high elevation, I mentioned, so there's less oxygen here. And I imagine most places I'll be walking will not be quite this high up. So anyways, when I said that it was all downhill, I guess I was wrong, because it went back uphill again about the same amount. And so it's going to go uphill a little bit more, and then hopefully downhill. Well, there's the pond, but wouldn't you know it, humans just had to go and spoil everything and put a fence in the way. Oh well, I think I can crawl under. I'll probably not want to camp there, since as soon as I came out into this clearing here from the trees, it got super windy again. So here's another update on where I am. I'm right here. Back here is the beginning, and I went all the way around the upper part of the supervolcano's crater, right? This whole thing is a supervolcano, right? All this very big place. And so we'll zoom in here. You can see there's the pond. So I have these downloaded topo maps which show me all of this stuff. They show me things like springs and all kinds of like mines. Here's a spring over here. Very useful to have this. So anyways, this is the San Antonio Creek that I've been following the entire time basically. And here's the pond that I just stopped at, and I'm gonna go back up into the woods a little bit now that I have water and start cooking where there's no wind. Fire equals food. It's gonna be so yummy. Okay, it's about done, so I'm gonna add this spice mix. Give some flavor and health benefits, plus it's got, oops, I can show you and put it in there. Plus it's got salt in it, so get some electrolytes. And then this is the coconut butter. On top, the coconut oil tends to settle, so you get large chunks of just coconut oil. So I'm just gonna boop. And here's what it looks like when it's done. Looks good, huh? Just 'cause it is. Sure feels good to have real food in my belly. I'm suddenly feeling much more optimistic about finishing this journey, but also then doing the extra 27 or so miles after that, right? So what I think I'm gonna do is, the plan will be to stay here tonight, then stay the entire day tomorrow. Basically, fill myself up on food, or reduce the amount of food I'm carrying, and then also, because the next leg is basically going to be the final leg, which might take 2 days, but basically there's not going to be any water, and so cooking rice and beans, rice and lentils and quinoa takes a lot of water, and so I'm not going to want to do that. Basically, I'll probably spend the last 2 days eating coconut butter again, but then I'll be at my friend's house, and I can stop by the supermarket and spend my 20 bucks that I got in my pocket, and I can have whatever I want. So anyways, I'm going to put the fire out. And at this point, I'll just cover it up with dirt, and then I'll come back and use it again tomorrow. So I'm gonna go on the other side of the fence again and sleep over there. I'm starting to think this fence is actually gonna be good, because I did cook kind of nearby, and so it might draw a hungry spring bear. So now I'm starting to rethink. I think humanity, you did the right thing. You did the right thing by building this fence. It's about 6:30 p.m. and I'm already in bed. The sun's out. It is gonna set probably in about a half an hour, but I'm gonna go to bed now. I'm tired. I have 12 miles left to go out of 32, so that's 20 total that I've gone. I went 14 yesterday, so I went 6 miles today, which is much less than the first day. Less than half, but I was starving. And it was like a crazy windstorm, so anyways, good night.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please consider sharing it. If you'd like to help me out in a more substantial way, you can learn how to do so at cahlen.org/gift. And if you'd like to have a one-on-one conversation with me, whether publicly or privately, you can learn how to do so at cahlen.org/one-on-one. Thanks again for watching.